the U.S. Marshals Service, the Bureau of Prisons, the Drug Enforcement Administration, and the Office of Justice Programs are being deployed to investigate these crimes and to assist survivors and victim families. Thousands of FBI agents in all of the field offices across the country and in the international LEGAT offices, assisted by personnel from other Department of Justice agencies, are cooperating in this investigation. The FBI has established a website where people can report any information about these crimes. That address is www.ifccfbi.gov. That address again, www.ifccfbi.gov. Individuals can report any information they know about these crimes to that website. It takes courage for individuals to come forward in situations like this, and I urge anyone with information that may be useful and helpful to authorities to use this opportunity. The Office of Victims of Crime has established a toll-free 800 number for family and friends of victims. They can call 800-331-0075 to leave contact information for a future time when more information is available, to find out information about a victim, or to find out information about the rights of victims and the services available to victim survivors and victim families. The determination of these terrorists will not deter the determination of the American people. We are survivors, and freedom is a survivor. A free American people will not be intimidated, nor will we be defeated. We will find the people responsible for these cowardly acts, and justice will be done.
The Attorney General of the United States, Attorney General Ashcroft, has just been speaking about the investigations that are going to take place and the various federal government entities that will be pointed at this investigation, including the FBI. Barb Bradley is here with us today. She has been covering the FBI and watching over what they have been willing to say so far about what they know. And I gather that it has not been much, Barbara.
No, there's not been much at all. They've basically said we're investigating and we're looking after the victims of the crime, and we're coordinating with other agencies. What Attorney General Ashcroft said right now is really the only real solid information we've had, and a lot of it was updates. I mean, it's probably the first time that we've confirmed from an official source that there were knives on one of the flights. That information, I believe, there were knives on one of the flights, and that one went from Boston to L.A. and crashed into the World Trade Center. We also know that the terrorists used knives in the flight that crashed in the Pentagon. We know that because Barbara Olson, the wife of Theodore Olson, the Solicitor General, called her husband and gave that fact right before the crash. So we're little by little, we're going to get a little bit of information. What weapons they used, that kind of thing. It's very slow.
And there is so far, no declaration of responsibility that we know about, and the Attorney General did not provide any information about who might have caused these things to happen.
No, there are just a lot of rumors, and a lot of people point to Osama bin Laden, but they've not confirmed that. They just call them terrorists and kind of faceless enemies. So it's going to be. I should say though that when you talk to terrorist experts, they say that this has Osama bin Laden's fingerprints all over it, in the sense that the kind of 1-2 punch that we saw here, the World Trade Center, and then the Pentagon was similar to the 1-2 punch that we saw with the 2 U.S. embassies in Africa. So there appear to be similarities here, and he is a kind of a logical suspect.
And an attack that is large, that is extraordinary in scale, of the sort of thing that apparently Osama bin Laden has talked to newspaper editors and has given interviews indicating that he had something big in the works.
Yes, apparently there have been a couple of warnings just in the last 3 weeks about something like this happening. He has a lot of resources. As you know, he's a very wealthy Saudi billionaire, so he can fund this kind of activity. Apparently he trains pilots. He has lots of money. He can do the logistics. He's quite an organized fellow, and apparently he's been talking about this kind of thing for a while.
Well, after a day of not knowing what was going on and not hearing from any officials in the federal government, we have heard very recently from Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld and now from Attorney General John Ashcroft, and apparently we will hear this evening in perhaps about an hour and a half from President Bush. So we're getting a little bit more information, official information. Thanks very much. NPR's Barbara Bradley.
Welcome.
On Capitol Hill, this was supposed to be a week to debate the defense budget. Instead, this morning the Capitol was evacuated and closed down. Lawmakers wondered what the carnage of this day says about America's intelligence capability. NPR's Peter Overby has a report.
At mid-morning, there was a stunned calm on Capitol Hill. 2 Republican senators and a few staff members stood across the street from the evacuated Capitol and listened to the radio. Chuck Hagel of Nebraska is a Vietnam veteran on the Foreign Relations Committee. John Warner is a World War II vet and ranking Republican on the Armed Services Committee. First, Senator Hagel.
This country has been changed forevermore. This is the second Pearl Harbor. It's that serious. When you think about what has happened here today, it's as serious as what happened at Pearl Harbor. Different kind of an enemy, different time. This is an attack on America.
They just hit the State Department.
Really?
That's what somebody told me. It's a carefully coordinated attack. It's remarkable, the volume of these things and the